أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن أول بيت وضع للناس للذي ببكة مباركا وهدى للعالمين. صدق الله العظيم. This is verse number 96 of Surah Al-Imran. In previous verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refuted the claim of the Jews. They said that the meat and the milk of the camel was unlawful even from the time of Ibrahim alayhi salam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refuted their claim that no, every kind of food was lawful for the children of Israel except what the Israel made himself unlawful for himself, that was the meat and the milk of camel. Now in this present verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states a thing which is against the religion of Christian and Jews. The Christian as Jews and Jews used to claim that they follow the religion of Ibrahim alayhi salam. So Ibrahim alayhi salam has built Khana Kaaba, the house of Allah in Mecca. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by implication says to them that you claim that you are following the religion and the faith of Ibrahim alayhi salam, while you people do not perform Hajj. You do not perform Hajj of the Baytullah, the Khana Kaaba in Mecca. And Ibrahim alayhi salam was a prophet. He invited people by the leave and the permission of Allah to perform Hajj. So then why you people do not perform Hajj? It means you are not following the religion and the faith of the Ibrahim alayhi salam. Another thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states in this verse, the construction, the building of Khana Kaaba. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states that Khana Kaaba is among the true houses of worship in this world. Then Allah says that it is full of blessings. The third thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that it is a source of guidance for the entire world. So in the first sentence Allah says, Inna awwala baytin wudi'a lin-nas. Surely the first house set up for the people is the one which is in Mecca, having blessings and guidance for all the worlds. So there are two possible meanings of this, the first sentence. One is that Khana Kaaba is the first house of worship in this world, meaning the first house which is built exclusively for the worship of Allah, that is Khana Kaaba. The second meaning is that the first house, not the place of worship, it is the first house built in this world. So we can say that the gist of the words used in the verse, that the first house designated for the people by Allah is none other than the one which is in Mecca. So that is why when Adam alayhi salam was sent down to this world, so actually he was a prophet of Allah. So he built this house even before his own house. So this is the opinion of Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He says that the first house built on the surface of the world, that was Khana Kaaba. And the second meaning is that no, there were houses, but the first house, the first place which is built or designated for the worship of Allah, that is Khana Kaaba. Both meanings are possible. Now let me explain some reports regarding the building and the construction of Khana Kaaba. There is hadith in which the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that after the arrival of Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam and his wife Hazrat Hawa into the mortal world, Allah Almighty commanded them through the angel Jibreel alayhi salam that they should build the house of Allah, means Khana Kaaba. So after they had fulfilled the command, they were asked to go around it, meaning to perform tawaf, to make circumambulation around Khana Kaaba. And they were told that they were the first among the people, and this house was the first house of worship appointed for people. So it shows that they constructed Khana Kaaba for the worship of Allah, and they were the first that they made circumambulation around the Khana Kaaba. So as it appears in some reports, this structure of the Kaaba built by Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam was there up to the time of Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam. In the time of Nuh alayhi salam, it collapsed during the flood, and its traces were obliterated, erased. Following that, it was rebuilt by Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam on the same foundations. When this structure collapsed again due to some accident, a group from the tribe of Jurham raised it once again. When yet another collapse came, then the Amalika people, the tribes Amalika, rebuilt it. When it collapsed close to the early period of the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, then the Quraysh built it all over again, in which the Holy Prophet ﷺ himself participated and helped place the black stone Hajar Aswad with his blessed hands. But the structure raised by the Quraysh was a little different from the original foundation laid down by Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. And as much as they left out a section of the house of Allah which is known as Hatim, and there were two doors in the original Abrahamic structure of the Khana Kaaba, one for entry and another on the back side for exit. The Quraysh retained just the one door in the east only for the entry and the exit. The third change they made was to raise the level of the entry door much higher than the ground level of the house of Allah, so that everybody could not go in there easily. This was to restrict the entry only to those who were permitted by the Quraysh. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said to Sayyidina Aisha, the mother of the believers and the wife of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he said to her that I wish I could demolish the present structure and raise it all over again exactly in accordance with the Abrahamic foundation. By doing this, I shall be correcting the arbitrary deviation from the Abrahamic foundation made by the Quraysh. But this action is likely to create a misunderstanding among Muslims who are new and whose knowledge is not yet perfect. Therefore, I shall leave it as it is for the time being. The Holy Prophet ﷺ did not live for very long to implement his wishes in his lifetime. But Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Zubair, the nephew of Sayyidina Aisha radiallahu anha, had heard this saying of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. When he came to rule Mecca al-Mukarramah following the Khulafai Rashidin, the four caliphs, he had the structure of the house of Allah demolished and had it rebuilt it in accordance with the saying of the Holy Prophet ﷺ and the original foundation of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. He ruled Makkah al-Mu'azzama for a brief period of time. The tyrant of the Muslim community, Hajjaj ibn Yusuf, he was a very cruel man. He invaded Mecca and Hazrat Abdullah was the martyred. Then Hajjaj ibn Yusuf demolished Khana Kaaba again and he killed Abdullah ibn Zubair radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. And he said that Abdullah ibn Zubair was not correct in this action. And Hajjaj ibn Yusuf again rebuilt Khana Kaaba in accordance with the structure of Quraysh. So by this way Khana Kaaba was constructed or built again and again in the history of Islam. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has stated the building or the construction of Ibrahim alayhi salam. In para number 1 we have studied this, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that وَإِذْ يَرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَوَاعِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ وَإِسْمَعِيلُ, and when Ibrahim was raising up the foundations of the house along with Ismail alayhi salam. So we get an indication that the qawaid or the foundations of the house of Allah were already there, but Ibrahim alayhi salam only built the Khana Kaaba on the foundations which were there before it. So this is the history of the building of Khana Kaaba. Now another thing, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that inna awwala baytin wudi'a lin-nas. Wudi'a means that set up, appointed for the people. So this word shows that Allah has designated or Allah has appointed for the all people to worship there. Another thing Allah says, وَجْعَلِ النَّاسِ بِبَكَّةَ. In Arabic means Makkah, Allah uses the word Bibakka. So the word Bakka means Makkah here. It does not matter whether you say that the letter Mim, Makkah, has been substituted for Ba. Since in comic Arabic usage, Mim is substituted for Ba. Or simply say that Bakka is the another name of Makkah. Both are right. Another, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated that it has blessings, meaning the blessings of Allah stated the blessing of Kaaba in this verse. So the second merit of Baytullah, the Kaaba, stated here in this verse is that it is blessed. So the word Mubarak has been derived from Baraka. Baraka means to grow, and to sustain. So it has two meanings. One is that if you can look at this growth factor from two angles, something may grow in a way that it is visibly increases in quantity. But the other possible way of growing is that it adds nothing not noteworthy to its quantity, yet it turns out to be so useful in so many situations that it would have usually needed much more to do the same job. In that sense, these two could be regarded as growth or increase. So we can say that the Kaaba is the full of blessings, outwardly and inwardly. The outward blessings it has are quite obvious. In spite of Mecca and its environs being a desert, dry and barren, all sorts of fruits and vegetables and items of need are available in all seasons and at all times. Not only that these are enough for the people of Mecca, it is much more than that. These suffice for all visitors from everywhere in the world. And everyone knows the volume of visitors, especially during the Hajj season, when hundreds and thousands of people from farthest corners of the world assemble there. Those count outnumbers the residents of Mecca by at least 4 or 5 times. So this huge multitude of people stays there, not only for a few days but for months together. Even apart from the Hajj season, there is hardly a time of the year when thousands of people from outside do not come in and go out of here. So it may be noted that during the Hajj season, particularly when hundreds and thousands of people from outside assemble there, it has never happened that articles of use could have gone out of the market and become unavailable. Even animals of the sacrifice which are slaughtered there by each and every person, at least one the on the average of one per person, and there are some who sacrifice more. So a lot of animals are available there, and it is not that special arrangements are made to import these from other countries. And the words of the Holy Prophet in the Holy Quran, Allah says, "Yujba ilayhi thamaratu kulli shay." Brought toward it are fruits of everything. So this is the outward blessings of the Khana Kaaba. And if you look at the inward blessings, so inward blessings are so numerous that it is impossible to count them. There are like spiritual blessings, there are important ibadah, the acts of worship which are special to the Khana Kaaba. The great reward and the spiritual blessings that come from them totally revolve around the Baytullah, such as the Hajj and Umrah. Then there are some other ibadat, the merit of which increases several degrees when it is done in Masjid al-Haram in Makkah. That is as the Holy Prophet ﷺ has said, and in hadith, that if a man offering salah at his home will get sawab for one salah, and if he does that in the masjid of his locality, he will get the reward of for 25 salahs. And one who does that in Jamia, meaning big congregational mosque, he will get the reward for 500 salahs. And if he offers his salah in Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa at Jerusalem, he will get the reward for 1000 salahs. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that if he offers in my masjid, in Masjid al-Nabawi, he gets the sawab for 50,000 prayers, salahs. While in Masjid al-Haram in Mecca, if he offers one salat in Masjid al-Khana Kaaba, so he will get the reward 100,000 salahs. So this is the inward blessings of Khana Kaaba. So another thing Allah says that this is the guidance for the all mankind. So Baytullah, Khana Kaaba provides guidance to the people. So if someone has common sense and he look at the number of the people who visit Khana Kaaba during the Hajj season, so he will be amazed that how the hearts of the people are inclined towards Khana Kaaba. So this is the explanation of this verse. Now I'll translate word for word. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna awwala baytin wudi'a lin-nas. Verily, awwala baytin wudi'a lin-nas lalladhi bi Bakkata mubarakan. Verily, the first house set up or appointed for the people is the one bi Bakkata in Mecca, Mubarakan, having blessings, Wahudan, and guidance, Lil Alameen, for all the words. Again, Inna awwala baytin, verily the first house, Wudi'a, set up or appointed, Lin Nasi, for the people, Lalladhi, is the one, Bi Bakkata, in Mecca, Mubarakan, it has blessings or having blessings, Wahudan, and guidance, Lil Alameen, for all the words. Inna meaning verily, surely, awwala, the first baytin house, the first house, wudi'a, set up or appointed, linnas, li meaning for annas, the people, for the people, lalladhi is the one, or the one which is, lalladhi which is, bi Bakka, in Makkah, bi meaning in, Bakka means Makkah, Mubarakan, meaning having blessings or it has blessings, Wahudan, and guidance, Lil Alameen, Lil li meaning for, Alameen means all the words. Inna means verily, Awwala baytin, the first house, Awwala first baytin house, Wudi'a, set up or appointed, Lin Nasi, for the people, meaning by Allah. Allah set up for the worship of Allah, for the people to worship Allah in it. Lalladhi is the one, bi Bakkata, which is in Mecca, or is the one in Mecca, Mubarakan, having blessings, Wahudan, or Mubarakan, having blessings or blessed, Wahudan, and guidance, Lil Alameen, for all the words. Alameen is the plural form of Alam. Alam means word, Alameen words, for all the words.